So project's well underway with a couple of bikes now. Andrew's Harley, all the supercharger kit is made. Intercooler, oil coolers, custom oil cooler for the engine, custom oil cooler for the supercharger, custom intercooler, custom plenum chamber, because the fuel tank was in the way, so the position of the plenum chamber, position of the outlet of the chamber, position of the pipes for the intercooler.
Like MotoGP speed. Doing a wheelie at 140 mile an hour. That is so fast, isn't it?
It's all been done and it's now all off for powder coat. Supercharger's off because we're going to make the supercharger black as well. So when it all comes back, it has a final build. So we'll have the supercharger in, oil in the oil tank for the supercharger, get the belt run on, get the belt cover on, do the linkage for the gear change. We've got all that sussed. So as soon as everything comes back from whichever coating we're doing, the powder coating, the Xylon coating, the clear coating, all the different things that are going on with this, then it's the final build. And then we'll stick her on the dyno. We've got some good baseline figures for mapping, so we should be able to fire up and get it running quite quickly and get a good result. We're looking for 200 plus horsepower, 200 foot-pound of torque. Could get there, could get there. It'll be the second one we've done. I wish Harley would keep their standard thing standard. I mean, engines are different between Softail and Touring. They've got narrow tyre, they've got wide tyre, they've got wide cases, they've got narrow cases, they've got fuel tanks that are higher, fuel tanks that are lower, forks that have got different rake angles, 34 degrees, 30 degrees, 28 degrees. They just love fucking with us. But we're getting there, we're getting there. And the more we do, and the more we get to know about these bikes, and the more information means that we can get the product out right for our customer. So, thanks, Andrew, for giving us the opportunity, and it'll be all good in the end. Yeah, so that's a good one. Number one SuperBusa. She's ready to rock on the dyno tomorrow. And then exhaust system's coming off to be Xylon coated, and all the bodywork's going on. Wheels in, lightweight rear disc. Look at this trick exhaust. 2x2 exhaust. She sounds a treat, but we're going to have her in satin black so that it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. It looks great at the angle it's at, and it gives us enough ground clearance. And if you put your rear defenders on, we'll give her a run. So by having two exit pipes, we're reducing the back pressure. So when we get on the dyno, we should get some really good horsepower. And we'll let you know soon enough. Okay, we're back on the dyno with the Gen 3 Hayabusa. And this one has got our supercharger kit, forged rods, pistons, heavy duty cylinder studs, gaskets, etc. Plus our new exhaust system, which is a 4x2. So we've got two outlets, two 2-inch outlets, which we hope help it breathe. It's better than 1 2.25. Now we've seen on all the exhaust pipes that are made for the Hayabusa at the moment, the biggest exit pipe is about 2.25. So we've got two 2-inch pipes. They've got some baffling in them, but boy, she's pretty loud. But she makes some serious horsepower. So we've got a revised supercharger. It's still a C3094, but we've got a change of impeller on this one. Thought we'd try something different. We've got Gen 2 cams dialed in at around 106 lobe centers. and this is what she made. A little bit of fine tuning is still to be done, but we're pretty well there on full throttle settings. Need to take a little bit of fuel out just before the limiter. We're running 437 horsepower. ,220 foot-pounds of torque. That's the AFR. You can see we've still got a little bit of work to do. Just there, she's a little bit rich. Just at the top end, she's a little bit lean. And then this is the boost we're getting with the new impeller. So we're running a pound of boost as soon as you get on the throttle, then progressively going up. All the steps are the sampling rate, so you'll see it's not quite a totally smooth curve. And we're looking at 24 pounds of boost. So a lot of boost from this, and considering she's running just on super unleaded petrol, not race gas, she's making storming horsepower. I've got a bobber back. The bobber kit we've upgraded over the last year or so, and this was an early one, so we had about 110 horsepower out of her at the time. We're going to change the plenum chamber, change the diameter of the pipe work, and the hoses, get more air into it, change the supercharger drive pulley to a smaller pulley, top end of the engine off, putting forged pistons in, putting them back together, more boost, freer flowing intercooler, freer flowing pipe work, freer flowing plenum chamber. So instead of having about 110 brake, we're looking for 150, 160 horsepower, and I think we can get it. I think we can get it. We make one hell of a bobber. So that's a project that's going to take place early in the new year. And talking to New Year's, wish all our followers a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and a prosperous one. Let's all hope we can make some money and do more of this fantastic work and give everybody a reason to live.